My name's John Jarvis, I'm 20 years old, I fight at Lumpini Crawley. I've had 14 pro fights, 1 loss and 13 wins. What I want to achieve in my career would obviously be reaching the #1 spot, eventually getting onto like the likes of One Championships. Obviously at the moment I've just signed a 5-fight contract with Lion Fight based in North America, which is a wicked opportunity for someone of my age. So obviously complete that for 2 years, see where that takes me, get to UK #1. I'm also in the WBC rankings and eventually get to #1 of that. But really just be the best I can. I don't really compare myself to anyone else, just be the best version of myself. And wherever that takes me, it takes me. So I think the commitments I've had to make over the years would be like, obviously taking the time out of school, obviously not getting in the wrong crowds and everything like that. And obviously where people are going out having fun and that, sometimes you have to not do that to be able to be a fighter. Do you know what I mean? It takes a lot of determination and commitment inside the gym to be able to fight. Once you know you've done the fight and you've done yourself proud and done everyone else proud and you've got the win, there's not really any feeling like it. Obviously, them 8 to 10, even 12 weeks pushing a camp, it can be stressful at times. You think, you know, I've had enough today. But when you get that win, it makes it all worthwhile. And there's no better feeling than winning and making yourself proud. My biggest loss was obviously the only fight I lost was against Jake Purdy. But if anything, that fight taught me the most. Even though I got cut, you know, I dropped him. It was a wicked fight. If anyone ain't watched it, then it was a good fight. But I think since that fight, it's just kind of taught me to not underestimate anyone. And it makes you train harder as well. Once you have a loss and you realise you can be beat, it motivates you to, you know, want to do well again. It motivates you to work on stuff you don't think you need to work on. And to be honest, since I lost that fight and come back, like, I've been a different fighter. I've seen a new version of myself. So I think the hardest thing about fighting is the lead up to a fight, getting yourself ready. Like to be honest, like for me, I look at the fight as the enjoyable bit. Like the fight's the glory at the end. Do you know what I mean? Like I've done all the hard work for 8 weeks. When I get in the ring, it's just about having fun. And if I didn't enjoy the fight, then I wouldn't do it. So I think the hardest thing is the lead up to the fight. Then, you know, them 8 weeks where you're not seeing people, you're not eating with people, you're eating your own food, you're running, you're training. You know, all them kind of sacrifices you make, then leading to the fight. That's the hardest bit of fighting. My biggest achievement so far, I'd say, is flying out to LA to fight a Lion Fight with Reece Thompson. That was a wicked trip. Obviously to do that at 17, 18 years old was wicked. Another highlight I would say is winning WBC against Marcel back in June last year. That was a good highlight, obviously put me into the WBC rankings. But really, like, there's plenty more to come. So like, even though I've had some wicked achievements, it's quite hard to pick one out of the bunch. I think my old man and Paolo have helped me a lot, kind of growing up as well. Not just as father figures, but also when you know you have them kind of people behind you, it makes you more confident in your abilities and what you can do in terms of fighting, just in general life. But I think having them two by side me has definitely guided me. And just made me feel more confident in my abilities. So when I fight, it's not just me believing in myself, I've got 2 other people believing in myself. Well, to be honest, I've got loads of people believing in me. It's not just them two, but obviously where I'm very close with them two and I'm around them two quite a lot, obviously them two are the ones that stand out, but it definitely helps having people like that around you, 100%. I think in terms of looking up to somebody, it's got to be your dad, you know, like father figure. Obviously, not in just terms of the Thai boxing again, it's just having someone who supports you and loves you at the same time. I think it's hard not to look up to them. And the good thing about it as well, like having your old man when you fight, now it's nice to have the same interests as your old man. And obviously when you train together and win together, like, you know what I mean, you can't beat that feeling. It's a good feeling.